I mean, it's basically a Led Zeppelin jukebox with flippers. My God, Johnny. You need some LEDs. Ugh. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel where I talk and do everything pinball. So if that sounds interesting to you, then hit that subscribe button down below. Well, I finally played Led Zeppelin. And I want to talk about it, and I was almost not even going to do a video. I was like, you know what? Let's just do maybe a podcast. Let me put out a podcast. I haven't put out one in like 3 months. It's been a while. But like, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just do a podcast. And then I was like, no, I'm going to do a video. And I may do one solely on Led Zeppelin, or I may do one that also incorporates the other games that I have yet to talk about in my videos when it comes to newer titles. Like, for example, Avengers Infinity Quest, and even Heavy Metal. So I may throw those into this video as well. We're going to see how long it pans out. So what do I think about Led Zeppelin? This is the Pro model, guys. I didn't play the premium. I don't even think it's out yet, but I have not played the LE, but I did play a lot on the Pro. And it's one of those things where I have played games that I've had my thoughts and opinions about, and I've been proven wrong. And then I've played games where I've had my thoughts and opinions about, and it's even been worse, or it's just been basically confirmed. And by playing this game the way I have, it's confirmed on what my initial thoughts were. That the game shoots well. It's got plenty of flow to it, although one particular shot, not very much. And it's fun and everything. The theme integration is pretty much non-existent. There is, like, seriously, this game could easily be stripped of all the artwork and the Zeppelin, and you could put anything else on top of it, and you wouldn't know the difference. That was my main thing, is that I didn't feel like I was in a world of Zeppelin, or I was at even like a concert for Zeppelin or anything like that. The only thing that really gave it away that it was Led Zeppelin was the fact that it was playing Led Zeppelin music, which honestly is what kind of kept me more entertained, was the fact that it just had a real, it had good music playing, so I was constantly bobbing my head, although I wasn't singing along as much as I was on the Beatles machine, which was just down the road. But even my buddy that was with me was playing another game next to me, but I found him also kind of just bobbing his head to the Led Zeppelin as I was playing it. And the thing is that I felt like this game was more of an interactive jukebox than a pinball machine in a way, because the game, it shot, I was going through the motions, I was racking up the combos, because that's what this game seems like it's all about when it comes to your points, is combo shots. I've actually got the grand champion on combo, but not the main score for whatever reason. But I was racking up combos and just going through it. I love the sound effects. The sound effects, I've got to give a good shout out to that, is that sounded good. Like, every time I hit that spinner, it just felt good. I'm like, yeah, it's got a good sound effect going to it. And that was probably the only satisfaction that I got playing the game, was actually nailing that orbit that has the spinner. And I'm still going to harp on it, guys. They should not have taken out that wire form for your upper flipper shot. That almost kills the game. It almost kills the game, because other than that spinner, you're going to get no satisfaction playing this game. There is no shot that you make where you're like, that just feels good, or like, oh, I'm going to do that again. Because on the Pro model, you hit that upper flipper shot, and if you actually make it in there, you hit it, it comes just immediately out. It's just like, oh, okay. There was no satisfaction to it. Whereas I felt like if I was to hit that and that ball would hit the damn ramp and just wind right back to my flipper, there would be a time of just like, yeah, I hit that shot, and it would just make it so much better. But due to the fact that there is no wire form there, no ramp, just a solid target that you hit, and then it comes out and hopefully it doesn't go to your right out lane, that's what you got. Kills it. That upper flipper is designed to hit one thing, and as that one target And Stern wants to continuously say that that center ramp is accessible by all flippers. It's not. It's not. I tried many times. Like, oh, I'm gonna hit it on just the tip of that flipper. I'm just gonna try to get it up there, and I got it like maybe halfway at one point. And don't say it's makeable. Don't even say it's accessible. Don't. You're pretty much blatantly lying to customers, to the fans out there of your product by saying that it's accessible by all flippers. I'm like, no, okay. So it's one of those things, and I don't think they're ever going to just say, okay, guys, we made a mistake by saying that. They're just going to go, we're just going to pretend we didn't say that. But I thought it was kind of funny that Led Zeppelin would continuously play even after you lost your ball. So it was like the song would keep going after you lost your ball, so you could actually hear a song all the way through if you so wish to, or when your ball's in the shooter lane, you could hit the flipper buttons and switch songs. So that's what kind of led me even more down the line of it being a Led Zeppelin jukebox. But I felt like if I wanted a better Led Zeppelin experience, then I could probably play almost any other game and put Led Zeppelin music into it. Like, for better satisfaction on the shots, at least. Like, so, like, I'm doing a Judge Dredd mix. I could just, okay, let me just put some Led Zeppelin in there. I did that with my last Action Hero. I've got Led Zeppelin on that pin sound mix.
Dynamite!
Got to catch the red eye. Big mistake.
And that really adds to it. The Led Zeppelin music and everything is really good for pinball. It's just when it comes to theme integration with Led Zeppelin for this game on the Pro model, it's not there. It almost seemed like the Pro is a pin, like a home pin, like the basic, $4.5 grand model for their machines. Like, this has been stripped down, bare bones, this is what you get. But the funny thing is I walked a mere few feet down the road and I played heavy metal, which is the same layout for their Star Wars home pin and stuff like that. So, and we know that the way the mechanics are in that game, there is no like physical ball lock where it launches the ball out. No, the way it works, it's a brilliant design Gomez did for the home pin thing. And it really honestly felt like there was much more in the heavy metal home pin than there was in this Pro Stern game. That shouldn't feel that way. But it did. I felt like heavy metal had so much more going for it when it came to shots and just the way things were going in excitement-wise in comparison to this Led Zeppelin Pro. This Led Zeppelin Pro feels like it's stripped like to hell. It's just bare bones. If anybody out there is getting a Pro, you've got to be just downright a Led Zeppelin fanatic and love it. I do not foresee this being a game on the Pro. I'm stressing this, guys. Everything I'm talking about, especially when it comes to negative about this game, is going to be Pro. Let's just get that out of the way right now so I don't have to keep specifying it. I have not played the one with the middle mech that comes out of the playfield. I just don't think it's going to be a saving grace. It'll help, but I digress. I just don't see the value. I didn't feel the value. It wasn't there for me. And that's sad because I remember talking about Star Wars pin and like the new heavy metal and how like the materials and stuff like that, I didn't see the value in it. But after playing the Led Zeppelin, I'm like, if you gave me a choice between Led Zeppelin Pro and any other home pin from Stern, I would choose the home pin version, like Star Wars, whether it be comic or whatever. That's what I would go with. I wouldn't go with the Led Zeppelin. I would go with the Star Wars, and then I would turn the volume all the way down, and I would just blare Led Zeppelin and have a much better time. I really don't think there's much more to explain. I'm trying to go through this game in my head, and there's not much to say. I mean, it sucks, because Richie's one of my favorite designers, guys. So when this came out, And I played the Pro, and it's stripped down so much to where it's like, it's just like not worth it. And that's my main thing, is that a lot of the times when I'm looking at a game, Pro, Premium, or LE, I'm looking at it like, what am I getting in return for what I'm spending? And I see Led Zeppelin, and I'm like, it's not worth it. I mean, like, for what? Just the license? Just to have the artwork of Led Zeppelin on the side of a machine or on the playfield, or to hear their music? Like I said, I could easily have Led Zeppelin playing on any game, or just playing in the background of my house if I wanted to, instead of having to cough up the $6,000 for a machine to do it for me. If you got your Led Zeppelin Pro, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's everything that you thought it was going to be, but I see this being another Stranger Things. And I see it being a game that came out, people were excited about, and then they play it, and then they go, maybe not. It'll be a quick flip game. You'll play it. If you buy it, you'll play it for a good while, and you're like, all right, I think I've had my fill, and then you'll sell it. You'll get something else, whatever's coming up next. I see it being great for location, because that gives everyone a chance to play it, experience it, and not be essentially stuck with it. So in a nutshell, Led Zeppelin Pro, fast, fun, sounds good, got you a good head bob while you're playing, but not much satisfaction within the game. Theme integration, non-existent. And I honestly feel what could have saved the Pro model is that they would not have taken out that middle ramp with wireform shot. That was one thing that should have stayed in the Pro. Hammer that in stone, guys. That was one thing that should not have been removed from the Pro. Because you've stripped it so bare that it's definitely not worth it. And that is my opinions on Led Zeppelin. I want to take a moment and give a special thank you to my Patreon supporters out there. It's because of you guys that I'm able to actually put more money into what I've got coming into the future when it comes to photography equipment, special tools, and stuff like that. That's all going into the channel, guys. So the money that is supported to me by my Patreons is going directly back to you information wise. So I've got a new soldering tool that's coming into play. I've got content for that to show you what I've done with that. I have also purchased all new toolbox equipment, and I'm going to be doing a video on that as well. I'm constantly on Amazon just looking through all kinds of things to help improve the production quality of what you will see in the future. That's all, guys. If you like what you've seen here, give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified of whenever I upload content for your viewing pleasure. Until next time, guys, peace out.